say you don't tug on Superman's cape, you don't spit into the wind, you don't pull a mask off an old Lone Ranger, and you don't mess around with Jim. And they say you don't tug on Superman's cape, you don't spit into the wind, you don't pull a mask off an old Lone Ranger, and you don't mess around with Jim.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Lessons of Life, the podcast where we discuss, contemplate, meditate, think about, pray on the lessons, the discoveries that we find in life once we understand there are principles involved that are governing our lives. And that's the principles of mind. And we call it law. But understand in the physical world, it's the rule of law. It's a rule. It changes in the physical world. But in the spiritual world, law is law and principle is principle. And it never deviates. It never changes. And it's always working for all. And it doesn't care who you are, what you say or think or do or feel. It doesn't care. This is what most people don't understand. Okay, that they're a part of nature. Nature is the physical, it's aspect of God. Okay, that's it. Everything in the universe is physical. It's a physical universe. There's only one. People can tell you there's multiverses all they want. That's a misunderstanding. There's only one universe. Uni means one, verse means song. Okay. Or poem. There's only one. Okay, there's only one creative force. All right, there's only one. And it governs everything, whether you like it or not. It doesn't care. Just like gravity doesn't care. You can bitch moan about mean Mr. Gravity all you want, but that's not going to change how Mr. Mean Gravity acts. If you think gravity is mean, then gravity is happy to be mean to you. And if gravity is nice, then gravity is happy to be nice to you. It's gravity. That's all it is. It's neither good nor bad. It's gravity. Okay, that is all. If you pay attention, paying attention means love. Unconditional love is attention. If you pay attention to what you are doing and feeling and saying and thinking, then you are indeed walking with the principle, whether you realize it or not. As a person thinks and feels in their heart, so shall it be. Neville Goddard called the effect of this, everyone is you pushed out. People who learned about this from Dwyer and, from The Secret and from earlier teachers from the 1950s and 60s and even before, they called it law of attraction. They called it the law of positive thinking, and they put a good spin on it. And the fact of the matter is, it's positive thinking, as in I'm confident, as in I'm absolutely positively certain. I'm confident in this. I have conviction with this. Okay, it is this way. That is how it is. And you mean it from the heart. Okay, and this is where people really have to stop and think. There's only one I am. We all say it. And it's as old as dirt. It's as old as the sun and the moon and the stars. It didn't exist. Neither did the moon or the stars or anything else until something spiritual happened. Something happened in what we call the higher realms. They're aeons and we're a vortex. And so they could start at the bottom and they swirl up and up and up, and it gets to the top. And where's the top? It's your head. But what drives that? The heart. So we're going to talk about the heart today. Anything and everything in the physical world comes from this, the feelings, the beliefs, the things that you think about and believe as true, sincerely believe as true, you know, on your heart. And notice what I say, on your heart, because these beliefs, every single one of them, you have placed on your heart. And the idea is to free your heart, to make your heart as light as a feather. You know, so what comes from within the heart can wipe out what's on the heart. And that is where infinite intelligence sits and rests and works through you. Okay? You're the boss. And he does it. He does it. Okay. He does it for you. He works for you. Okay? He works through you and he works for you. So it's understanding that just like gravity's gravity, this is just life. Okay? It's life. And what is life? Well, life is prosperous and abundant and rich and beautiful, fulfilling. Okay, and what's the essence of life? It's love. Okay, somebody gave it attention. And this is the power that we have within us all, is giving attention to things. You're giving your time and your attention, therefore your love. Okay, unconditional love. This is the essence. And when you give your attention to it, it molds itself into that. It just wants to be whatever you want, darling. Okay? It will be as you believe. Now, this is why assumption works. But what most people don't understand is, oh, I didn't even believe it. I just assumed it and I got it. And they don't take it any deeper than that. You know, and okay, now you're at where your assumptions stop working. Now what you gonna do about it? Okay, because I know from my own experience that I was following an absolute law and it broke in front of my eyes, and there was just no fucking way. And that was the only way that God was going to get my attention to go dig into this stuff. Okay. So I had it pretty rocking, pretty good. Everything's all right. I can handle what I got. I'm getting scareder, you know, more and more scared the older I get with the things that I'm having to deal with on a personal heart level with my sweetie, with my husband. You know, and I was comfortable though. I could handle it. And then this principle was broken in my face. And I was angry. And I was like, that can't be. No, I don't think so. That can't be. That is not possible. It has to take another step down and then it goes back up. What the fuck, Chuck? Nothing's bigger than the market. I was trading in the markets, the stock market. And it blew me away. You know, and it was the 2008, 2009 financial crisis. And I had counted it all out and I knew. It didn't happen. The exact opposite happened. It's like, that can't be. What do they know? They act like, what's going on here? Now, what's going on? That can't be. And I started digging into this stuff. So that's how I came in to the path to find out about life. I don't think anything else in this world would have moved me except seeing a principle break. And that's not possible, And I'm looking for the one instance that would show me that it's been a rule all this time. And it wasn't there. It was in my face now, So it's like that kind of, shock. Eventually, we all face it. You have to face yourself. You have to face God. And that's who yourself is. There's some big hurdles to jump over in dealing with those things, but they don't stop you from getting life. You're still alive, you're still breathing, you're still waking up. You're still bleeding, you're still hurting. And guess what else? You're still prosperous, you're still abundant, you're still rich, you're still beautiful, and you're still fulfilling. That's just life. That's just how it is. Some man told you it wasn't like that, and you believed him. And your parents told you that because that's how it had always been for them. Okay? And good intentions lead to a road to hell. We're in hell. A spiritual being having a physical experience is living in hell. You're in hell. And you're to bring heaven to hell so that you can relax and enjoy what you have here. It's physically, but you don't love it. Okay? You love the spirit. You love the Christ. And this is your heart, the inside of your heart. And it's the same inside the heart of every man, woman, and child. And people want to get all upset about there's hungry and there's poor. And I mean, where have I heard this one before? Forever. They are forever. You're always going to have hungry people. You're going to always have poor people. That's a state of mind. How do you know you're rich if you don't have poor? Okay? And the way that Christ explained it was in the Sermon of the Mount. Okay, and he did it in a parable where he says, the seed is thrown in some land on the ground and birds come and eat them. Well, nothing comes of those thoughts and beliefs. They're just, they pass by. And some land in the cracks and the crevices of rocks, like on the sidewalk. But a wind or a flood or somebody plucks it out easily. It had no real root to it. But some land in good soil. And the ones who land and grow, and they're what we call NPCs. Okay. And they're made out of the essence too. No one really dies. Okay. If they're hungry and they're poor, it's because that's just the way they think. All right. And somebody has to play the role. So if you don't like it, you forgive them for showing you believe that because you've been adding your vote to that. Each one of us is a thought or a belief inside the mind of God, and that's inside his heart. We're in his heart. Okay? God so loved the world. He's in our hearts. We're in his heart. Okay? He thinks about you. You think about him. Okay? He loves you. He is you. He is the essence, your essence, the very essence. And it's the same essence inside everyone. It can't be denied. Therefore, you get pain and suffering. That's what I mean by the Christ is here to rock your world. He's going to find a way to rock your world. He's going to find a way to make you uncomfortable. Okay. It's just how it is. Until you join him. When you hand it off to him and you join him, and I'm just hanging, I just along for the ride. Thank you very much. I'm just living life. And everything I do prospers me. I'm always being prospered 24/7. How would you say that? You have to say it naturally your way for your heart to believe it. Otherwise, you spend weeks and months saying something that you would not say ordinarily to convince yourself that you are X. No, I've decided I'm wealthy. That's it. I've decided. Okay, and I know who's in my heart, and I know what the desire is he sent me, and I accepted it. It came from the heart. Okay. Things that upset you or give you anger or give you that sick pleasure and not finding joy in hurting somebody, those things will kill you, man. Because you're killing other people thinking like that. Because we all came from the same essence. And it's not going to allow you to hurt me. Even if you hate me with a passion. It doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't. It's principle. And it errs on the side of love. Thank you very much. Because that's the essence of its being. That is the essence of it. So, to get right with yourself is to love yourself and start thinking good things about everybody. And anyone who's trying to drag you down is going to bring out the things that you can't do anything about and start trying to make you hate them, like the color of your skin. What are you going to do about it? Seriously. Like the air you breathe. What are you going to do about it? They make up shit. They're scammers. Okay, we made them. We've been scamming ourselves. We've been lying to ourselves. That created the scammers. Aren't you sick of them? I'm sick of them myself. So, they got to go. And as far as I'm concerned, God is the #1 antivirus protection in the world. I'm immune to your shit. Doesn't matter if it's computers. Doesn't matter if it's whatever cracked up thing y'all been making up. Whatever. Okay? It doesn't matter to me because I know better. I know there's a light in everybody's heart, and I wish you the best. I'm just not going to listen to you. I'm not going to listen to that crap. It doesn't exist. You're crazy. You heard that from somebody. You're mistaken. I'm not listening to this. Everything I just said is my way of saying it. That's my natural way of saying it. And I do that a lot in my videos on YouTube. I do it a lot in these podcasts to try to give you an example of, yes, you read these things and a nugget comes at you, imagination shapes reality. Now go do this technique and make it happen. Well, after a certain amount of time, you should know you're the one doing it, not the technique. Okay, and you don't praise Neville and thank God for Neville. It's thank God. Thank God. He played Neville. Thank you, Father, for being Neville Goddard and teaching me these things through him. Give credit where credit is due. Recognize him. And if you read Psalm 91, it's the very last stanza in that psalm. He turns to me, turn the other cheek, turn away from that stuff. Okay? He recognized me. That's God doing that. Okay. It's God doing that. It's not for me to judge. And I give him everything. And he does. Because you're forgiven and you're graceful and you're lovely and wonderful about whatever ugly you're seeing. And you're pointing out at the same time to him, oh, that's so ugly to me. God bless him. God bless his heart, and you truly mean it from your heart. All your life you've been saying, well, bless their heart, but you might have been sarcastic saying it. You might have been like, bless their heart. They don't know what they're talking about. You're making judgy stuff with it. Okay. But then you realize what's going on, and now you mean it sincerely from the heart. It's from the heart. Bless their heart. I sincerely mean that. You're sincere. Today they say, be your authentic self, but they don't mean that. Okay? And I mean it. Be sincere to the core. And that's what it's about. Be sincere to the core, to thine own self. Be true from the heart, not on the heart. On the heart is, you believe. For example, some people believe evolution is real when it's theory. It's a guess. I don't know if it's real or not. It's a guess. You're guessing. And he was guessing off of some other guy's work. So, I thought we called that, hearsay. So you don't believe hearsay. Any lawyer will tell you that. That's why you don't listen to the Hadiths. That's why you don't listen to the Talmud. You do the Bible. Okay, and the New Testament. These are works from God. And the New Testament was made very clear, this is a man who was there and part of the disciples, but he was not the scribe. The assigned scribes were Matthew, Thomas, and Philip, not Paul. And Paul was testifying to God and the glory of God, and this is how he worked in my life, and this is my testimony, and here's some other testimony. Okay, and he included one of the scribes, Matthew. And so it's understanding these things and getting a full rounded picture of it all so that you can sit back and look at it and determine how you're going to respond, and then you respond your way. Okay, because it's your light shining through, and make it from the heart. And if you don't have anything good to say, don't say anything until pressed, and it's not from a judging way. It's just, this is what I see. You're saying blah, 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 blah. Well, that sounds pretty demanding and vain, don't you think? Your way or the highway? How would you like it if they did that to you? Well, I wouldn't like it. See, they don't like what you're doing. You wouldn't like it if they did it to you. So let's call the whole thing off right there. You say tomato, I say tomato. It's still the fruit. Let's eat it and enjoy it together. Okay. I don't care what you call it. So it's that kind of thing. And that's what I mean by you're usually saying the same things differently. And I say that to my husband a lot, He'll say, no, it's da 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 da. Yeah, isn't that the same thing? I just said it different. That's all. And he's, but, oh, yeah, I guess so, yeah. So, okay, so it doesn't that it takes time. It doesn't. It doesn't take any time at all. You speak, it's done. It's knowing that. It's understanding that. It's believing that to the core of your being. Okay, and then now you're not being saved, you're saving. Okay, and that's what the Christ meant, right? Be happy, just go use your power in a way that helps others. And if that's through a creative way, singing, dancing, writing, if that's through some other activities that you enjoy, organizing, administrating, those kind of things, then you do the things you love to do. But somebody's going to be the leader and somebody's going to be the mom. Okay, that's okay too. And they're rewarded too. They don't have to go out and work for a living. Okay? Some man said that, and it's not true. She pitches in when she's needed to, but she gets to decide whether that's in the workforce or not. And if it is, then some man steps up to do what needs to be done at the house. They're a family. They work it out together. Okay? It's okay. And sometimes it can be neither one of them works out in the world. They're busy saving people. They're dying daily. Okay? And they get divinely compensated in wonderful ways for thinking better of their better man, because this is what's important. You're saving souls. Okay? The busy work here is not important. Okay? It's the saving souls. And get your priorities straight. What is good and right for you? It may not be good and right for me. Some people want to get the physical straight before they can get, they say they can get the spiritual straight. That's backward, man. Flip it. Because the physical ain't ever going to get straight till you get the spiritual straight. Even to an extent of, you have to be like Esau. This is a place of belief. You're going to believe something. You can be the confident individual and be like Esau, or you can be the confident I am, like Jacob. And then you get everything that Esau gets and more. Okay. But the reality is Esau and Jacob are one being. Okay. And when the forgiveness happened, they came together as brothers. And it's all good. Okay, it's all good. So I hope this helps. If you have any questions or comments, or let me know what you think. What everybody thinks is important. We're one mind. You're supposed to share your point of view. You're just not supposed to judge anybody. That's all. Because how would you like it if you're being judged? Nobody likes it. Nobody likes it. That's all. So I hope this helps. Blessings to you. And thank you. Thank you for being you.